Right guys, so today I want to talk about a simple way to get your shit together. And getting your shit together just means have more control over your life. I know we cannot control everything, but there are certain aspects in our lives that we can control. And so the first thing I've done, guys, when I was really truly struggling, I didn't feel like I have control over my life. I started by doing one thing, and that one thing was fitness. So I started working out basically. I started going to the gym more often, and what that really brought to me, that brought this sense of control over my fitness. Once I started to train, started to go to the gym regularly, 4 or 5 times a week, it gave me that sense of, okay, at least I have my fitness in control. With fitness, what happens next is your diet, or what you eat, what you consume, also becomes very important. So I became a bit more obsessed with protein and making sure everything I eat has enough protein, carbs, and things that I might need for my body whilst I'm training. So those two aspects of life was just enough to make me feel like I'm in control of my shit. I can feel like, yeah, I go to the gym twice a week, or 3 times a week, or 4 times a week, doesn't matter. But the point is, I felt like I was in control. So those two things, your fitness and your diet, that help a lot. And then you start to feel like, I have this now, let me do the next step. Which for me, the next step was actually a bit more easy than I expected. It was to meditate. I somehow just start watching video on meditation and the benefits of it, and then I end up like meditating nearly every day for like the last 2-3 years. Let me show you one thing. So if I look at my fitness, my meditation app, because I started like it's been a while to be fair, and how many hours have I done in meditation? It's one of those things that you don't think too much about it, and meditation don't have to be something like you need to do like 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day. A 5 minutes meditation still make a difference. And so yeah, so this is my session there. I've done 7.2k minutes in meditation. I've done 524 sessions. Again, my point is, it was something that it helped me just bring that sense of control in my life. So when I introduced meditation to my life, it gave me a sense of purpose. It made me take control of my time and say, okay, 5 minutes to just meditate. Right? As your journey goes along, everybody's different. That's my journey. And then I've always been a religious person, but I've never put effort into it. Never really. So I was like, got to a point where everything was a bit more okay. Then the dating life became a lot easier because I felt in control. Then I started dating and I started doing more things in life. Then I got my job, and things slowly made a lot of sense, and it became that way. And then life happens, of course. You start to lose track of a few things, fitness, or the way you eat, the healthy food, and then you end up just doing a lot of nonsense. And what I found out is, then when I spend more time then introducing this new thing, which was prayer, I was never praying too much. I was just doing my life. I wasn't praying like that. So when I started to pray more often, what happened was everything else I was doing, like I mentioned, it became a bit more stabilized, in the sense of I wasn't going off track too often. Because when you start a new habit, trust me, you start your fitness 2 months in, you're doing well. Next time you know, it's been like a month since you last been. It's life. It just, you lose track of it, and then distraction here and there. But now I'm very consistent. I feel like it's because I've introduced, faith, prayer, and just that in itself helps you understand that sometimes you will fuck it up, but do not beat yourself up. Instead, get up and keep on pushing, keep on doing. Now I felt more in control. Then I started doing more YouTube video. I started doing Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and I started sort of get more, a bit more intentional with my time and everything that I've done. So to recap in a nutshell, guys, you really have to start somewhere. Basically, you need to get a feel, take control of your life in any of the area that I mentioned. It could be anything, doesn't really matter. Even if it's your job, like you really have control of your job, you're working really well in the 9 to 5, like things like that is what you need. You need to start with something. So for me, like I mentioned, fitness, then eating very healthy, making sure that I'm not eating crap food, then introduce meditation, then prayer, and everything else just came together. It's just, I don't know, you just start to, once you start taking control of one thing, then become more confident, then everything became a lot easier. My dating life became easier, my career became easier, the whole aspect just became a lot easier. And that is not to say that there was no challenges. There is always challenges. But what I'm trying to say is, when you face the challenge like I used to do in the past, I used to give up, and then 3-4 months without working out consistently, and then a rebound. Whereas now it's like, nah, this is keep on praying to keep you stable together, to keep you strong. That's what's gonna give you strength for you to keep on moving, keep on, just to stay consistent with the things that you mentioned you're gonna be doing. So one thing at a time, one day at a time, and just slowly build that up. I mean, it's been like 3-4 years. I'm not talking about like last week. It's been years. So do not expect just things to change like that. But that's my advice that I would say to somebody: start with what you can control right now. And I feel like fitness for a lot of men and girls is, I feel like it's the easiest. If not, then go to your career. If not, then start praying. If not, then start meditating. Whichever one comes easily to you without much friction. All right. Anyways, guys, I'll leave you to it. Hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao. Bye.